holding on to pictures in my head. No rest through my dreams or jumping on the bed. It's what I feel in me, even right. You can find the darkness inside. Float away. Float. Find your resting place. Float. Find your resting place.
And because depression's symptoms are intangible, it's hard to know who might look fine but is actually struggling. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, it takes the average person suffering with a mental illness over 10 years to ask for help.
And I had moments where I didn't want to carry on living.
Because I had everything, and I was absolutely broken inside.
And then the guilt of feeling that way and not being able to tell anyone because I shouldn't feel that way and I shouldn't feel bad. And, you know, it was that kind of blame and guilt.
Schedules, we've jobs, we've, kids and places to be and pressure to fit in and Instagram stories, whatever you're trying to put on facade, trying to keep up. People don't pay attention to what's happening inside.
Am I in a jungle? Am I in the sea? My head is going crazy. Will you come and save me?
She thought she was doing better. We thought she was doing better. We really never thought that she would take her life.
I'm not ill on the outside. I'm ill on the inside. And I don't have a tumor, internal bleeding, cancer, or anything like that. But what I have is one of the biggest killers in the world today. I have mental illness. More specifically, I have depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder.
This struck a chord with me because not too long ago I too was feeling depressed, and I too was feeling incredibly alone and somewhat ashamed about my feelings.
19 Golden Gate Bridge jump survivors have also said, the millisecond my hands left the rail, it was an instant regret.
Some of her peers decided to put online that she was in a mental institution for crazy people, which sort of, when you look at all the work that went into her making her feel better, it just crushed it. Right. And so things happened really fast. When I found out that she had died, I couldn't believe it. I thought that she was on a better path.
And to this day, it pains like, nothing else.
And that's one reason why a lot of people try to kill themselves. That's one reason I used to struggle with those thoughts, is because you focus on the past and you don't move forward. If I just sat here and focused on the past all day, I would be emotionally eating myself into the ground and I would never be making videos. I would just be crying.
We're fixated on this idea that mental illness is associated with incompetence, fragility, failure.
To actually stop, not just give them money, but talk to them. You know what I'm saying?
If you haven't experienced depression yourself, avoid comparing it to times you've felt down. Comparing what they're experiencing to normal temporary feelings of sadness can make them feel guilty for struggling.
Why would someone want to share about how they're feeling?
It is essential that we talk about suicide
if they're going to be made fun of.
Because silence isn't going to help anyone.
My son has mental illness. He is not a bad kid.
But the media has a responsibility to understand that the way they portray certain content has an effect on an audience, especially a young one.
One day I woke up and I was withered.
Curled up in a ball.
Curled up in a ball, about to die.
Yeah, that's why I felt like it was important. I just wanted to give people a hug musically.
Time to show people that together we can stand up and fight anxiety.
Somewhere in the decision-making process, you figure that everyone would be better without you, and that's not true.
I also think that sometimes we need to feel those emotions. As crappy as they might be, I do think that sometimes we need to go through things to get where we want to go instead of going around them.
Because you're changing the way you think, and that's what changes the world. And for those of you who might be contemplating suicide, I know that there's a hope somewhere deep inside you. I've felt it too. Keep that hope alive. We need you. We need you to be leaders in this conversation, whether we are ready to have it or not.
What did you do? How did you manage to cope with what happened last year?
So as a family, in the beginning it was very hard because, everyone deals with trauma in a different way. Everyone deals with loss in a different way. So every child deals with it in their own way. As a parent, you have to be patient, give them time at their own pace. But we also went for counseling, a lot of counseling. And even now, whenever someone in the family feels, Mom, I need to see a counselor, we went for counseling.
I'm not saying that things got easier. What I'm saying is that I realized I'm not dead yet. And there are people who have passed. There's been times when I almost died. Like, I've even had someone pull a gun out on me and I'm still here. And that means that for as long as I'm here, there's a reason for me to be here. And for as long as you are here, there's a reason for you to be here. Somebody needs your gifts. Somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody needs your love. Somebody needs your caring. Your life is not just for you. Your life is for the glory of God. Now, unfortunately, there are people who, unlike myself, do have it in them to take their own life. And I'm telling you, don't. I'm telling you, please. There is purpose in everything that you've been through, and there's purpose in everything that you will go through. God is a perfect storyteller, and if you're given a pen to your life, he will rewrite a masterpiece. Put the pills down, put the blade down, put the knife down. Don't jump. Like, he can rewrite your story and give you purpose in everything. If you have struggled with suicidal thoughts in the past, please don't struggle alone. Message me, message somebody, but just give it over to Jesus. You are needed, you are loved, you are necessary, and I pray that if just one person can believe that from watching this video, it's all the more reason why I'm here. So peace and blessings to you, and I pray that the love of God will fill your heart and give you purpose for your life. Amen.